Something else I really wanted to read on is the upcoming GOP convention. They've announced that they're not letting the press in. So what's the big secret? Let's see if we can get any clues. And this, while I was shuffling and thinking about it, this card fell out, this Four of Pentacles, which is interesting because that's sort of like a card of like wanting to hold things close to the chest, or like, you know, so that makes sense with not wanting the press. Like there's things that they don't want out there that they're sort of protective of. So let's see. Obviously, we really want to know, are there going to be any surprises? Are they going to dump Pence? Are they going to dump Trump? Are there any big surprises coming? What can we know about? And obviously they might not know at this point. Things could change, but how are things looking? What, Spirit, show us what you can about the GOP convention. The upcoming GOP convention. Okay, so here's what I get for the GOP convention. We talked about this card. Why are they keeping things sort of secretive by not allowing the media into certain parts of it? Why is that? And we've got the Magician covering that. The Magician being just the powers that be, the decision makers in this. I don't think it was Donald Trump's decision, but those in power have made this choice. Why? At the surface, we have this Five of Wands, which is disagreements, agitation, opposing energies, creating strife. It's interesting, you see a lot of times in the traditional Five of Wands, you'll see a group of people fighting they all have like wands and they're just battling and fighting. So there's a lot about fighting going on. But in this deck, especially this card, appears to be very sort of out of control. This guy is trying to like escape. He looks like he's trying to escape. And this makes me think they don't want us, the public, to see the strife, I feel that things are not well prepared. They feel like everything's just sort of like not on solid ground. Things are not on solid ground and everything's sort of unstable. And of course, I think that Trump is unstable, and I think that he's unpredictable. So unpredictable instability, and they just don't want that to be, so apparent to everybody. I also feel a lot in this that there's like infighting beneath the surface. Now this Seven of Swords upright would mean thievery, right? It's not only is it beneath the surface, but it's upside down. I think that there are talks with some GOP members, some Republicans, that they're not on board with Trump. They don't like this. They don't want it anymore. And I think that sort of like beneath the surface in some whisperings, they might want to sort of take this from him, knock him off his pedestal, find someone else. I'll tell you, I don't see that happening, but I do believe that the strife is there. In the past, we have, here's the partnership, Pence and Trump, worked out well in the past. In the future, I have a King of Swords, which tells me this is still yet to be decided. I think particularly with Pence. But when I look at this King of Swords, I'm very drawn to the fact that he has this sword, this giant sword, and it's sort of like someone might have to get cut, right? Out of the partnership. Ooh, yeah. It's like and I just would say from this, mostly that it's not really decided, and that there's a lot of arguing and talking and instability. I also think in general here, this says so much. This upside down Ace of Swords they have no inspiration. They have no new message. Compared to here we have the Empress, which I see as Biden, Harris, the Democrats. This just to me, I mean, the Empress being growth and nourishment, love, genuine warmth and spirit and power, strength, but in a sort of like giving, loving, providing way, like the Empress being like the ultimate provider. Like everywhere she goes, everything just like grows, and like if everybody has food and everybody has healthcare and everybody has opportunities and jobs and this and that is what they're up against. And they literally are like out of gas. They have nothing. They have no messaging. And in the face of that, that's not a good situation to be in, which is maybe another reason that they don't want everyone to see that. They don't want it to be compared to, I suppose. This hopes and fears, 7 of Pentacles, they are still watching the poll numbers. They are really hoping that his numbers go up. The fact that this is even here makes me wonder if they have a sort of like, if it gets up below a certain point, if Trump's numbers fall below a certain point, maybe they will have to make a choice, right? So they are eyeing that. Of course they hope that, I suppose they hope it goes up. And so they have that nervousness. Long-term outcome, I see this as the donors. I see this as like the GOP sort of seeing where the money falls. So that's interesting. I don't really know enough about this side of politics, but that's, I believe, what the card is. I'll first go to at the base at this time, right? There was this upside down moon card, followed by the Queen of Pentacles and an Ace of Cups. So this makes me think, and it's interesting because before I did this read, I got this message in my head, like, put some of the cards upside down. Like as I was shuffling, it was like, do like 4 upside down cards. And I feel like I got like all of them, which is interesting. And that's always very telling to me. A lot is sort of being hidden beneath the surface, secrets, or, corrupt. So this moon card, though, to me, like this would be sort of people speaking out. It's like sort of this howling to the moon or being like inspired by something. I feel it as, first of all, not inspired, but also there's talk of, and I think that the talk is probably of possibly putting in like Nikki Haley as vice president, right? This Ace of Cups being like, they think that maybe it would be helpful to the hearts of Americans, maybe because we've got this Empress for the Democrats. It's like maybe they want to try to bring in something new, Ace being new, and like the emotions, like tap into people's emotions, put a woman in there. I know Nikki Haley is a businesswoman, so that fits for her. But it's very, the fact that it's upside down makes me feel like it's like hush hush, similar to like this, like just whisperings. They're just trying to think of what to do. And then I did get a couple of clarifiers on this, and I got an upside down 3 of Wands, another card meaning strife, not getting along. Like upright, it would be, oh, can I help you? Sure, thank you, I'll take that help. It's like, no, it's not. People are not in agreement with everything that's going on. And Knight of Swords, I feel to be ultimately the message that they will come up with some new messaging by the time this thing happens. And I see it as just more attacking. That's all they have. I mean, they're literally down to like name calling. That's the only thing that excites their base at this point. The base doesn't seem to really care about all of these wonderful things. They just like the abuse. So that's what they're going to give them. That's all they've got. And then at the base, at that point, after I pulled those, I see this Emperor, this World, and Judgment all together at the base. I mean, those are 3 giant cards, of course. The Emperor, I mean, I think that this is telling us that it's going to be Trump. And yet here I have, see the strife again and the disagreements, the inner fighting of the GOP. These looks that these two characters in this card, the judgment. This girl judging this guy like, this is terrible. This is not good. So yeah, so I think Trump gets the nomination. Judgment, strife. I think there are people saying, let's do something else. Let's get him out. I think you might even be seen, like, they might even be afraid that Trump's going to attack certain GOP members, right? They don't want that. The president isn't the only one on the line here, and so yeah, I think that really answers the question. That makes a lot of sense to me. And who knows, maybe they're going to try to do this idea and do something new. I think that it's still being decided. That's my feeling and my thought and my read. So I hope you liked that. Let me know if you had any thoughts on the cards or separate, on your own. And please like and subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to read on. And otherwise, thanks for being here. Always nice to share my reads, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.